Hey, what's going on guys, Nucleus of Gaming here today, and I shall be showing you the second part of how I learned to quickscope in the Treyarch series. So today I'm in the more recent version of Treyarch's game, which is obviously Black Ops 2. And the reason for this is quite simply because last time I did Black Ops 1 combat training, and this time I'm doing Black Ops 2 combat training, because this is how I got used to the sniping on this game. Basically, it's combat training. It's there, and that's what I used it for. Now, how I did this was basically I'd either make it a complete free-for-all, or I would just make a team deathmatch, or domination, capture flag, any of those types of games, and I would play. And I would just snipe. I would use different snipers. I would use the ballista one game, I'd use the DSR the next, I'd use the XBR, I'd use the SVU. I would just snipe with those. Obviously with the SVU I would take it more as a recon sniper, not a quickscoper. It's a terrible gun. Likewise for the XBR, except the XBR was a little bit more aggressive. It was more aggressive recon sniping. So as you can see here, I'll try and quickscope with this, and you can, see, I can't do it. I have to zoom in for a bit and then shoot, or just spray. That does work too. But so this is what I'd be doing with an XBR basically, which is aggressive sniping. And so I've just got really basic kill streaks on to help me get kills and to show whereabouts the enemy is. Now, I try and engage at a lot of different ranges, so you'll be seeing me getting kills right up close here. You'll see me getting kills at long range, at medium range, at short range, anywhere basically. I go on a bit of a, this is also what I did. I'd use a shotgun, and I'll just quickscope with a shotgun, because it's still right to get your aim on target basically, and I don't do that. I don't do this all game. I only do it until the whole bullets run out, like so. So but this is basically how I learnt to quickscope. Now the difference. Oh, that was a silent shot. I just realised. And I can't snipe with the ballista with iron sights. Alright, I already apologise for that. I'm trying to get a whole lot of variety for the different type of sniper that you might be. I can't quickscope with it, so don't expect anything insane. Alright, so the quickscoping that's different in the Call of Duties now, and I've talked about this a lot. Black Ops 1, you had a slower aiming sight, you had less auto aim when you first scoped in for about half a second, and your gun was positioned a lot more higher on your screen. It was more about halfway up, and you would sort of zoom down and to the left when you zoomed in. So I'm zooming up to the left. Normally you would zoom down to the left and then up. It's hard to explain, but you would, when you scoped in, you'd move down and then in the screen, kind of like in a little V. And so I got really used to that. I'm pretty sure that's what it's like. It's hard to explain. I've got it in my head, and that's the best I can explain it. Whereas this is a lot like Modern Warfare 3, how it's just zoomed straight into the scope. However, I find there's a lot more auto assist in this game. I find it's really easy to get long range quickscopes and medium quickscopes in this game than Modern Warfare 3. In Modern Warfare 3 you could fire at any point once you had your gun scoping in, whereas this game you cannot do that. You have to fire when you're zooming, like when you're fully zoomed in, that's when you can fire. Otherwise you'll just have the exact same accuracy. You won't have any difference in accuracy from when you're zooming in to when you're no scoping. If you were to fire halfway through zooming in, for example. So you have to be fully scoped in. And I like that, I do. Modern Warfare 3, you just got guys just tap in, like zooming in halfway and then no scoping people. It was pretty annoying. So I'll do the ballista now and show you, show you the difference between those, because the ballista is obviously upper torso and up. That's basically where you can only get a one-shot kill. So I'll lower it down a little bit more than that, and I'll make my kill streaks a little bit more aggressive. And this is how I normally play online. Ballista's just a lot harder, so if you're trying to quickscope with the ballista, try and start off with the DSR and then work your way up to the ballista. The ballista's like, it zooms in faster, however it has less damage. So the multipliers are different, so you're not going to be getting as many one-shot, one-kills, especially if you're just learning how to quickscope. You're going to be aiming for about the waist. However, in this type of area and this type of game, what you really need to be doing is aiming for about their shoulders, just between the shoulders, bottom of the neck. As you can see, that's what I'm trying to do now, and I'm missing. I got that one, I got that one as well. So you really just have to experiment, really. If you only use the DSR 50 and you don't use the ballista, then fine, that's absolutely fine. As you can see now, I'm just going on a headshot streak, and it's a really small target for a ballista, so that's why you really do have to nail it. Whoa, it's a bit nasty. In terms of zooming in, you really have to be on target, and it's really fast zooming rate too, so it's not like you have a lot of time to adjust. It's really quick. It's about 0.3 of a second, so it's not that much time. You don't have a lot of time to adjust, whereas the DSR is about 0.45 a second, and that extra 15 milliseconds, they really do help people. They really do help. I find I can drag scope a lot easier with the DSR 50, and my KD therefore is a lot better with the DSR 50. It's around about 1, whereas a ballista is around about 0.8 for me. So yeah, do whatever works best for you. Make sure that your target is on your screen. That's generally a good way to start off. And also, always have him basically in the middle of your reticules. You have to have him right in the middle of those 4 little markers on top. Like, you see those markers on your screen now. Sprinting too much. But you have these little markers, that's where your no scoping will be. Try and have your target about in the middle of that. And I'm trying to do a trick shot here, but instead I quick scope that guy. So if you can see those little markers on my screen, try and have the enemy right in the middle of those markers. You'll see what I mean shortly. So jump. That most likely wouldn't have been a kill online. See those markers? Try and get him right in the middle, and zoom in and fire, and you can adjust if you think your aim is slightly off. That's what I do.